I'm Mark Smilowitz, speaking from my home in Beit Shemesh for Shabbat Parashat Lekh Tavshin Pei Hey. According to the Midrash, the mitzvah of brit mila, which appears at the end of Parashat Lekh, suggests a particular attitude towards man's relationship to the world. The Midrash Tanchuma, Parashat Tazria Simin Hey, says that the Roman senator Turnus Rufus challenged Rabbi Akiva, saying that circumcision is a mutilation of the human body. Jews who practice circumcision are treating the pinnacle of God's creation, the human body, as imperfect, as needing improvement. It's kind of like adding strokes to a Rembrandt, trying to improve it. But it's infinitely worse when the painter is God. Rabbi Akiva answered that yes, God is perfect, but he informed us that he purposely left the world imperfect in order for man to perfect it. The proof is that we all agree that bread is a much more perfect food than raw wheat. Raw products produced by nature are improved when man grinds them up, spices them, and cooks or bakes them. Man was put on this world in order to refine and improve it. So, altering the human body in order to make it more in line with God's will is a perfectly understandable and appropriate religious endeavor. This attitude towards the world as an imperfect place that needs improvement through human effort seems to be contradicted by an attitude that is commonly associated with a different set of mitzvot, namely mitzvot that fall under the category of kil'ayim, forbidden mixtures. For example, the Torah prohibits intermingling two species of animals in order to breed a new variant, or grafting one species of tree into another to create a new kind of plant. The Ramban in Vayikra Yud-Tet writes that such prohibitions reflect the attitude that to alter the natural order is an affront to God's creation. It's makhish b'ma'aseh breshit. It treats God's creation as imperfect. And the Sefer HaChinuch points out that God declared that he created the world, when God created the world, he declared it to be tov me'od. Very good. So why are we trying to improve on nature? So we seem to be caught here between a contradiction of attitudes. How am I supposed to see my relationship to the world? Am I a partner with God in creation, and I'm here to help improve God's incomplete creation? Or am I a visitor in God's kingdom who dare not make any alterations in the divinely created natural order? There are various ways to deal with this apparent contradiction, and I invite you to look at the Maharal on Vayikra Yud-Tet, but I want to suggest a different approach. My approach is to simply accept the contradiction. We can live with contradictions. Rav Soloveitchik called this living dialectically. In his essay, The Lonely Man of Faith, he develops the idea that man is an antithetical being, meaning man was created in a manner that has two contradictory viewpoints built into our existence. In the first chapter of Breshit, God tells man to dominate the world, vechivshuha. Man appears there as a master of the world. But in the second chapter of Breshit, man is put in charge of the Garden of Eden and told not to dominate it, but to guard and to work it. Le'ovda u'leshamra. He's to play a servile role. We're meant to navigate life with these opposite ideas always at hand, and we must use our intelligence and our intuition to recognize when a situation calls on me to play my role as a dominating ruler, and when it calls on me to play the role of humble servant. The Hasidic Rebbe Rav Simcha Bunim of Peshizcha probably had something like this in mind when he said that everyone should have two pockets, and one carry a slip of paper that says, Bishvili nivra ha'olam, the world was created for me, and in the other a slip that says, Anochi afar ve'efer, I am but dust and ashes. My answer to the contradiction, then, is that these two kinds of mitzvot, brit mila and kil'ayim, symbolize two contradictory attitudes that are both appropriate, both divinely ordained, and they both teach us that a person needs to learn how to live dialectically. This is a very important message in today's contentious and tense times, when people pick sides in an issue and treat the other side as illegitimate. That's the definition of extremism. Living dialectically is the antidote to extremism. It means to hold an opinion and even to fight for my opinion, but to recognize at the same time that there might be something true in the opposite view as well. Families should not be breaking up over elections. Friendships should not be dissolving over politics. Judaism has some non-negotiable beliefs, but there are only 13 of them. We have 13 ani ma'amins, not 14, as a teacher of mine used to say. For everything else, I can recognize that believing something does not necessarily invalidate the opposing view. If we all take a deep breath and make room for opposing views, we can live together peacefully. Shabbat Shalom and Bisorot Tovot.